Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
We have a small chance of light rain today. I'll go over the timeline for when you might need your umbrella.
Shot at least twice. The investigation happening in Cary after a woman was shot in a neighborhood there.
And holiday flight frenzy. This is a live look at RDU International Airport on what's expected to be one of the busiest travel days of the holiday season. Look at all the cars outside already, dropping folks off. The record crowds that we are seeing. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30, and you can tell a lot of people are ready to get their Christmas on. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Chris Lovingood in for Jeff Hogan. This is not the time to procrastinate. Get to the airport on time because you're going to be waiting in that line, wrapping around the terminal there.
2 hours before your flight.
I'm right there with you on that one. Yeah. We've got Elizabeth Gardner, though, getting you caught up on your weather. I almost said weather traffic. Your weather forecast if you're headed out there.
Anthony's got traffic today. He's coming up in just a few minutes. We take a live look at Durham. It is cloudy this morning and temperatures are cool, but it's not cold. It's not the cold that's coming our way. 44 is the temperature right now. We do have a northeast wind and we'll have a cloudy day today. We do have a small chance of a shower. A quick sprinkle could happen this morning up through lunchtime and then another chance of a few showers later on this evening, but it's not going to be enough to really measure up in the rain gauges. Our temperatures this morning are mostly in the low to mid 40s, so it is a cool start, but again, not a cold one. We'll hold it in the 40s all the way until lunchtime. We'll see a high of 51. Starting tomorrow, we have the Arctic blast that returns, and I'll show you how cold it will get coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. We have breaking news. A man was shot in Durham just before 2 this morning. Police tell us this happened in a neighborhood on Young Avenue. It's not clear what led to the shooting or whether police have arrested anyone. We are working to learn more about the condition of the man who was shot. If you are flying to your holiday destination, prepare to wait in lines at the airport. This is a live look at the traffic outside Terminal 2 at RDU International right now. People dropping off folks there to catch their flight. The busiest days at the airport today, next Friday, and Monday, December 30th. RDU is preparing for thousands of travelers over the next week, and they're expecting to see peak numbers between today and the Monday after Christmas.
Our busiest time of day generally is between 5 and 8 a.m. About 25% of our daily departures go out during those hours. So we do recommend that people get here 2 hours early for a domestic flight or 3 hours early for an international flight.
So we're just 30 minutes away from the start of that busy window, 5 to 8 if you're picking up guests who are traveling in town. RDU recommends waiting in the cell phone lot, and that's the free parking lot near the rental car area. You can wait for your loved ones there before their flight arrives. The roads are going to be busy as well. AAA projects that nearly 90% of holiday travelers will be driving to their destinations. The agency says the best time to travel today is before 11 a.m. You may run into some slow traffic if you're on the road between 1 and 8 p.m.
This morning, a woman is recovering from being shot twice in a Cary neighborhood. Investigators say the shooting happened around 8 last night on Berry Chase Way. That's near the intersection of McCrimmon Parkway and Davis Drive. At least 9 Cary police vehicles were blocking the entrance to the neighborhood when the WRAL breaking news tracker arrived. The woman who was shot was taken to the hospital, and we are working to get an update on her condition and what police might know about the shooter in this case.
We've learned the names of the 3 men charged after shooting in Chapel Hill. 19-year-old Fabian Swen, 19-year-old Adrian Milton, and 21-year-old Darius Haley are all charged with attempted murder, breaking and entering a motor vehicle, among other charges. This is video you will see only on WRAL. Sky 5 flew over the scene in Orange County, where police took the 3 men into custody. Chapel Hill police tell us they responded to a call about people breaking and entering into vehicles yesterday, and the men fired shots at witnesses. No one was hurt. Police chased them north into Orange County, where other agencies got involved. A neighbor told us he was surprised at the number of police officers.
I could see 20, and then I started driving and I saw about another 10 up that road. So, I mean, altogether, I would guess maybe 30, 35 cop cars in the area as a whole.
Deputies did recover 2 firearms.
U.S. diplomats are in Syria this morning to speak with the country's new leaders. It's the first visit from the diplomats since Bashar al-Assad is no longer president there. They are also trying to find missing American journalist Austin Tice. Yesterday, the Defense Department announced the number of American troops in Syria has doubled. They say this is an effort to support the fight against ISIS. The trial date previously set for the teenager charged in the 2022 Raleigh mass shooting will stand. A judge made that decision during a case status hearing yesterday. As of now, the case against Austin Thompson will go to trial on September 25th, 2025. A hearing involving the judge and attorneys will be held January 21st. Thompson is accused of killing 5 people and seriously injuring 2 others in the Hedingham community in October 2022.
A nationwide strike of unionized Starbucks workers will start today. The union, called Starbucks United, says strikes will begin in LA, Chicago, and Seattle. More cities will join through Christmas Eve. The union says Starbucks failed to meet its demands for immediate and future pay raises.
Thousands of Amazon workers will be on the picket lines again this morning. The Teamsters union strike will affect warehouses in major cities such as New York, LA, Chicago, and Atlanta. Amazon says, though, the strike will not affect its operations.
Today is WRAL's Coats for the Children Day of Giving. For more than 3 decades, WRAL has teamed up with the Salvation Army to collect donations that will provide winter coats to those in need. We're asking you to donate new or gently used coats to help families. Remember, your donation stays local to the county where you are making the donation.
It's vital. We have a lot of people who come to us and are either living in their vehicles or are between places to live, couch surfing. There are a lot of people with children in these situations. And nobody wants to see somebody be cold. We need to ensure care for everybody. So the people who are struggling, we want to make sure they don't fall even further behind.
You can scan the QR code on your screen to give any amount and help WRAL and the Salvation Army make a positive difference for local children. Or for a list of neighborhood Jiffy Lube drop-off locations, visit WRAL.com/codes. Giving a little can help a lot. And coming up at 6, our phone bank will open and we'll be ready to take your calls and donations.
Can't wait to hear from you. And today, the Raleigh Rescue Mission will feed hundreds of people. More than 100 volunteers will be there to deliver hundreds of meals across Wake County. What you're seeing right now on your screen is video from a previous year. And all of this today starts at 9 o'clock this morning.
A rare sight on Thursday Night Football. A series of events at the end of the first half gave the LA Chargers a chance for an unusual free kick field goal with no time on the clock. Cameron Dicker made the unopposed kick from 57 yards. It's the first time a field goal of its type has been made in the NFL since 1976. The kick sparked the Chargers to a second half comeback against the Denver Broncos. They scored 24 points straight and held on for a 34-27 win.
And don't forget, we have Saturday games this weekend in the NFL. Chiefs versus Texans on WRAL and Steelers versus Ravens on Fox 50. And on Sunday at 1 p.m., the Commanders take on the Eagles on Fox 50. And then on WRAL, it's the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys.
438, communicating with a killer. What we've learned about the man police say was messaging the teenager who committed a school shooting this week in Wisconsin.
And restricting flights, the new regulations from the FAA as they investigate drone activity in New Jersey.
And we'll give you a live look at downtown Durham right now. It is a cold morning out there. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will time out when we could possibly see some showers today.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
442, taking a look outside. Temperatures are mostly in the mid-40s this morning, 44 in Wilson and in Durham, 46 degrees in Fayetteville. Our skies are cloudy this morning, and the clouds are going to be with us for most of the day. The whirligigs are spinning slowly, so we're not looking at too much of a wind as you're heading out the door. And it's not too cold out there. Tomorrow morning will be much colder. By tomorrow and into the weekend, our overnight lows drop down into the 20s. So it's a cool start this morning with a lot of cloud cover. A jacket, even a coat this morning will feel good as temperatures drop down to around 40 degrees. We'll see a high this afternoon around 51, which is a little bit below normal. Coming up, we're going to talk more about our potential for rain today and then when the big cold blast arrives.
Elizabeth, thanks. A 16-year-old is now charged with killing a 17-year-old in Durham earlier this week. The shooting happened outside an apartment complex on South Roxborough Street late Tuesday night. The 16-year-old was arrested yesterday and charged with murder. Neighbors who spoke with WRAL say people in their community need to come together and stop the culture of violence.
We have to attack the problem at hand. We can't run when the situation gets too difficult to handle. We have to attack it.
The Durham Housing Authority owns many of the apartment complexes in the area. Earlier this week, it announced a mutual parting of ways with CEO Anthony Scott. Some people we spoke with say they are hopeful a change in leadership could lead to safer neighborhoods.
There are new restrictions on drones in New Jersey as people there are worried about unexplained activity. The FAA announced new rules meant to limit drone flights over power stations and infrastructure. They also require drones to fly no higher than 400 feet in the air. The new rules will be in place until at least January 17th. Homeland Security says there is no public safety or national security threat related to the drone sightings.
American Airlines has settled a racial discrimination lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed by 3 black men who said they were thrown off the plane over a complaint about body odor. And according to the court filing, none of the men were told they personally had body odor. They were on a flight bound for New York in January when they were asked to leave the plane after a flight attendant made the complaint. American Airlines has reportedly fired the flight attendants who were involved. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed.
This morning, 2 students with life-threatening injuries from Monday's school shooting in Wisconsin are still in the hospital. The FBI detained a 20-year-old in California named Alexander Pfaffendorf. They say he was in contact with the shooter, 15-year-old Natalie Ruppnow. Investigators say Ruppnow shot and killed a teacher and a fellow student, then took her own life. Federal agents reported seeing messages from Pfaffendorf to Ruppnow. And one of Pfaffendorf's neighbors say that he saw law enforcement searching Pfaffendorf's home in the San Diego area after the shooting.
A couple hours into it, towards the end, they're carrying out a big black box.
Court documents revealed he admitted to the FBI that he told Ruppnow he would arm himself with explosives and a gun. Again, this is Pfaffendorf I'm talking about. His target was a government building, but it's not clear if he's been charged with any crime.
We've learned the name of the man killed in a crash involving a moped in Fayetteville. Police say 68-year-old Hans Schultz died. It happened Monday at the intersection of Hope Mills Road and Poplar Drive. The driver of the other vehicle, Jeffrey Davison, is charged with misdemeanor death by motor vehicle and failing to yield the right-of-way.
Civil rights leader Bishop William Barber is suing AMC theaters. The lawsuit is happening because of a confrontation in 2023 at a Greenville theater. Barber can't sit in a regular chair because of pain in his hips, so he brought his own chair to the theater. The staff said it was a fire hazard. Police were called and they escorted Barber from the theater. Barber and his attorney are asking the court to prevent AMC from letting this happen to someone else.
And then it got worse when the young man who was with me, he had happened to put his camera phone up, and he had a camera video of the manager as we were pulling off taunting us by waving. As if to say, good riddance. You're gone. I won.
No, it ain't no different. AMC apologized to Barber about the incident last year, and we have reached out to AMC for a comment about this suit, but we have not heard back.
The Chicago Cubs appear ready to welcome Sammy Sosa back to the organization after he seemed to acknowledge his past use of steroids. The team released a statement yesterday saying it would invite Sosa to its fan convention next month. Sosa is the Cubs' all-time leader in home runs. He and other players, including Barry Bonds, have had their legacies tainted over steroid allegations. Sosa released a statement saying he is sorry for his mistakes.
Before Governor Roy Cooper leaves office, he made sure to honor one of his basketball heroes. It was a true Carolina Blues sports gathering with former UNC basketball coach Roy Williams. The governor called him one of the greatest winners and finest teachers of the game. He gave Williams the state's highest civilian honor.
Here's to the land of the longleaf pine, the summer land where the sun does shine, where the weak grow strong and the strong grow great. Here's to down home, the old North State. Coach Roy Williams, congratulations.
Williams will always be remembered for his role in 3 national championships at UNC and now this.
The Durham Rescue Mission is helping make Christmas brighter for the victims of Helene. The rescue mission is loading up toys to give away to children in Buncombe and Ashe counties. Today and tomorrow, the mission will host events that feature a barbecue dinner, hot dogs, chips, and toy distributions for kids 12 and under.
One thing we're thinking about today, obviously the weather, what it's going to look like, including when you wake up on Christmas morning. Don't worry, Elizabeth Gardner has your full weather forecast for you. Not too bad outside this morning, Elizabeth.
Watching for a few isolated showers. You can see here on Dual Doppler 5000 radar, it is dry right now. But let's take a look at the big picture. Here comes the front. This is the front that is going to open the door to an Arctic blast, and we'll start to feel that tomorrow. Ahead of that, you can see a few showers, even some snow up there into the Ohio Valley. What we see out of this is going to be very, very light. I mean, you can see there's just not a lot of precipitation with it. Most of it is around the low that's going to be up closer to the Great Lakes. So not a big rainmaker for us, but still we have the potential for a few isolated showers. We'll zoom in here closer to the viewing area, and you can see again right here at 7 o'clock a sprinkle or two that pops up just in a couple of locations, and again say up until around lunchtime. We might see a few breaks in the clouds this afternoon, and then during the evening when the front gets closer to us, that's when we'll have the potential for maybe a better chance for some showers. You can see there at 7 o'clock up till around 10 or 11. Again, a quick shower will roll through. What we see measured in the rain gauges is likely to be 1/10 of an inch or less. We take a live look at Durham this morning. It is cloudy. It's dry right now. 44 degrees is our temperature, and we're going to hold it in the low 50s for highs this afternoon. Looking at low to mid 40s again across the viewing area. Coach for the Children Telethon happens all day long. Coming up real soon, we're going to show you ways that you can help keep children in our area warm this winter. We'll see a high this afternoon of 52, and again, looking just at a cool day with a few isolated showers. Here comes the cold air as we get into tonight and through the weekend. We're going to see that Arctic blast. We're talking highs in the 40s, overnight lows in the 50s. Overnight lows in the 20s, highs in the 40s. Look at that, 40 on Sunday, 43 degrees on Monday. Low temperatures also really cold. Look at that, teens for Monday morning, 20s on Sunday and on Tuesday. So really cold air is headed our way. Tomorrow's the first day of winter. Sunday will be the coldest day of the week, and one of the warmest days of the week will actually be Christmas, which is also the first day of Hanukkah. Right now it looks fairly dry. We could see just a few sprinkles overnight Wednesday night.
Elizabeth, thanks. Bargains at Big Lots. The deals you can expect as Big Lots stores nationwide hold going out of business sales.
And we'll tell you about a recycling program to give your real Christmas tree new life after the holidays.
Months after Hurricane Helene, there is good news about 2 survivors and a holiday gift beyond their wildest dreams. Here's Kathy Park.
Helene tore through East Tennessee this September, and today some mountain communities are still unrecognizable.
And it looks like a desert now to me.
But others are coming back to life. Days after the storm, volunteers with Appalachia Service Project began rebuilding at no cost to the homeowner, putting hands and hearts together for residents whose lives were torn apart.
It was too much. I mean, I lost my husband. It took the whole house. It was just a pond. There was nothing there.
We first saw Vicki Hunter in this viral video, stranded on the front porch as a home she built with her husband Jerry swept away.
This is my driveway here, and the house was right there.
If you had a chance to say something to Jerry right now, what would you tell him?
Oh, I love him. I wish he was here. I wish he was here to put his arms around me.
Carried by the strength and generosity of strangers, now just 2 months later, she's back on the land he loved.
Today is an amazing celebration where we will dedicate 10 homes, 8 new homes and 2 rebuilds. Thank you.
I've had so much outreach, so much kindness and love.
That love spreading to other neighbors.
What will the holidays look like for you?
Not the same. It won't be the same, but I got a big Christmas present, this beautiful house.
It's a priceless gift that seems more like a miracle, a new home for the holidays.
Yeah, I love it.
Helene caused over $1 billion in estimated damage in Tennessee, according to FEMA. And sadly, 18 people died in the state as a result of the storm.
Big Lots is closing all its locations. The company announced its plans to do so yesterday. It filed for bankruptcy back in September, and that means the stores are having going out of business sales. Customers seeking out the holiday deals can expect decent discounts both online and in store. Big Lots did not say, though, when its sales would end, but it did say its goal would be to complete a sale by early January.
Tomorrow is the shortest day of the year. It is the winter solstice, and crowds will flock to Stonehenge in Britain tomorrow to celebrate the occasion. The winter solstice means days are about to start getting longer. It's often considered a time of renewal and rebirth.
Christmas is 5 days away, but after the holidays, your Christmas tree can do some good for our local environment. In Wake County, you can drop off trees at certain locations to be turned into mulch. This would be used to strengthen and beautify park trails across the county. The program runs from December 26th to January 26th at 8 drop-off locations. Just so you know, recycling is free, but be sure to remove all your decorations first. The convenience centers are open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you go to WRAL.com, you can find a list of the drop-off locations.
In Chatham County, the public library is launching an adult winter reading bingo challenge. It starts today, will run through February 15th. You can pick up a bingo card at any branch and complete a 5 in a row by reading books that match the themes. If you hit bingo, you'll get a free tote bag. You must be 18 or older to participate.
Your time is set for 4:57. Busy holiday travel. We are giving you a live look inside and outside RDU this morning as passengers are traveling through for the holidays.
A shooting in a Cary neighborhood. We'll tell you about the injuries police say a woman suffered.
And burn risk warning. The recall issued for these phone banks. We'll tell you a little bit more about this.